Hello everyone, I'm Shawn Credle.
And I'm Danny Mays. MCW joins the entire professional wrestling community in mourning the loss of Rowdy Roddy Piper. On July 18th, Hot Rod made what would turn out to be his final appearance in Piper's Pit, right here at our biggest event of the year, the Shamrock Memorial Cup.
It would be at Shamrock Cup 15 where Piper would have as a special guest former WWE Creative Writer Kevin Eck, as they would talk about the controversial subject of writers in today's sports entertainment.
MCW knew that this moment did not belong to us. This moment belongs to every man, woman, and child that had the pleasure of watching this unique, one-of-a-kind man give his gift to the world. MCW asks if you are able to consider making a donation to Stand for the Silent, an anti-bullying organization that Mr. Piper was very passionate about. Here's more information.
2010, after 2 years of constant bullying, 11-year-old Ty Smalley took his own life. In the past 7 years, more than 55,000 children have taken their own lives due to bullying. That's 22 youth suicides every day. Stand for the Silent is a grassroots organization that educates people about the harsh reality of bullying and the devastation it causes, and they need your help. Visit standforthesilent.org to learn how you can get involved and help us to save lives.
I stand for the silent.
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 I'm Roddy Piper, and we stand for the silent.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, MCW presents the final edition of Piper's Pit.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome WWE Hall of Famer, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Enter the WWE legend and Hall of Famer himself on MCW Rage TV at the 15th Annual Shamrock Memorial Cup, the Hot Rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Take a look at the Hot Rod. Rowdy Roddy Piper with a live microphone. What is going to happen? This is unbelievable. The Hot Rod here in MCW. And you gotta wonder, who's this guest in Piper's Pit? And the man who's playing the bagpipes, who played him out, also played him out at WrestleMania 1. How about that for coming full circle?
A very cool moment here in the history of MCW.
Flamingos. How you all doing, man? Big hand for the bagpiper. Holy cow. I've met each one of you, and I love you. I love Baltimore. Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of fights, and some of them in the ring. Tough town. You know, I called Bruno Sammartino a wop one time, and whoa, long night. He's a hell of a man. I love him. Holy cow. Yeah, knocked out Mr. T. I'm the reason Hogan's got no hair. The reason Ultimate Warrior ran so fast, I was chasing him. You just didn't see it. And this thing here, I was just nerves. I have seen some stuff. Baby Jesus. I love you too. You know, I like When I started, it was just like sawdust on the floor. I'm not kidding you. There was no police. I used to go into Denny's, same time you guys did. First thing I'd do is I'd go to the cook. Hello. Oh, is Vince McMahon, is that you? Or is it Steve Austin? I just stay in trouble, man. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm not gonna make many more of these. So I want to enjoy them while I can. I know you're hot. And I love you so much. You gotta admit, those young men and ladies back there, holy cow, they're good. They're good. You know? I started when I was 15 years old. My nuts hadn't dropped. Oh, shoot. Sorry. What was that? Do you remember Gold Dust? Remember Gold Dust? The backyard, what was it, backlot brawl? So Vince McMahon gives Gold Dust a Cadillac and I get a baseball bat? There you go. Holy cow. Fighting a guy with fishnet and stockings on. I wrestled a bear one time for 25 bucks. I didn't do well. Bear did fine. I love you too. I don't know what you think of wrestling, as I've seen it change so much. I've seen it where now, you know how they got catering? One day, Morocco and myself and food, we just left. Next week, we had pizzas. That was the beginning of catering. These guys got catering, they got writers. Writers? Writers suck. I mean, really. If you don't know what you're doing when you go in there and you need a writer, you need to find another job. Maybe one that leaves the light on or something, I don't know. So I get here today, you know, and I'm just kind of humming through, and I find out that there's a former WWE writer. And by the way, there's a lot of those. Former, in between engagements, just let go. No, you're fired because you suck. So back there, I don't know ever what I'm going to do when I get here. You might have noticed that. Back there's some guy who's got a beef with me, and he's a writer from, or a fired ex-writer, I don't know, transgender, SPCA, NAACP, PISSING. I don't know what that, WWF, EFTA. Hello, just a moment.
laid off due to budget cuts.
Yeah, your salary. Now, I just want to point something out. You'll excuse me, but you're a writer, yeah? Oh, you were
I was a writer.
Gotcha. So, like, as you came down the aisle right now, somebody said something to you, and you act like you were going to fight them. You can't fight, you're right. Really? Anyway. I mean, you know what? Yeah, he has no idea what I can do to him.
See, that's where you're wrong, Roddy. I do know exactly what you're capable of. We're getting off on the wrong foot here, okay?
No, I'm doing fine, but go ahead.
This little you and I together here is not going the way I really wanted it to go. Because look, when I was a kid growing up, I was the biggest Rowdy Roddy Piper fan ever. And I'm not just talking about the rockin' wrestling days when it got big. I'm talking about Greg the Hammer Valentine and you in a dog collar match at Starrcade 83. How's that ear, by the way? Good?
No, it's not.
Not good.
No. But thanks for asking.
I'm talking...
You should write it down.
I would write it down for you, but you wouldn't say it.
That's true.
As I was saying before you interrupted me, I go back to 1981-82, Georgia Championship Wrestling. You saved
Try to keep the mic up to your mouth
thank
there.
you.
You betcha.
You saved Gordon Soley from an attack by Magnificent Morocco. Great stuff, okay? But here's the thing. There's an old adage that you should never meet your heroes because you will only be disappointed. And when I met you in WWE a couple years ago, I don't know if you remember it or not, we worked on a little Piper's Pit segment. Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Chris Jericho were there. They probably remember it because it was one of the worst segments in Monday Night Raw history. And why was it bad? Why did it suck? It's because I wrote great lines for you, and you went out there and you went into business for yourself, did not read what I wrote for you, and the segment tanked. Now everyone knows it's not talent that makes this business. It's the creative geniuses in the back that put the words in the talent's mouth and make them look good. That's what runs this business. And you know what? That segment was so bad, Vince McMahon, he treated me like a son up until that point. After that, he wouldn't look at me. The only time he spoke to me, he would scream at me. And then what happens? Budget cuts rolls around, and I'm out of a job. Laid off, not fired, bottom line, out of a job, and I blame you for that. So I came here tonight, man to man. Even though you're in a skirt, I'll call you a man. And I want you to apologize to me for costing me my dream job in WWE. I worked my tail off to get to WWE, and you cost me that job. Say you're sorry, and all will be forgiven.
I'm not a, you know what, champ, you're shooting here. So you want to shoot, I'll shoot with you. Not a problem. I remember the segment, okay, and here it goes, and then I'm going to kick his ass. So this is how it went. You guys are back there and you're writing and the segment's on, I don't know, approximately 8:30, and 8:15 you're still changing pages because you're so afraid of Vince. Okay, 8:15 comes and you're changing pages, and it was some kind of cyber thing where people were supposed to vote in. But you guys were so scattered, you had everybody scattered. And you know what? You and the rest of the writers, and I mean this, you were the biggest marks in the building. And because this is what you're referring to. When I came through the ropes, I needed to do a recap. Not for me, you idiot. For the fans. So I went, so let me get this straight. Chris Jericho, da-da-da-da, because you gotta lay the rules down. The thing is called Piper's Pit. So until Piper lays the rules down, it don't count. Boom. The thing with Jericho had talked to me about a segment that I had done with Cena about a year ago and wanted me to point out some little fella. But because you guys couldn't get it together, you just left us all, and it's not the first time. You just let us all lead. Then you go, I go, then you go, I don't know, then you go, I go, then you all go run into Vince. Now I heard that Vince McMahon was so mad he wanted to come down. Then why didn't he?
I don't know why he did, but I do know he wasn't happy with you.
I don't care. I did. Just, you know what? You're so screwed up. Let me just recant. Vince McMahon wanted to do a Piper's Pit, and I remember it. And this is exactly, he came in and he called me fat and all kinds of other words. I had cancer at the time. And he called me fat, and then I said, are you finished, Vince? I said, so it's my turn, and I'll tell you exactly what I said. I said, so Vince. Yeah, smartest thing you've done all night. You were a rock and roll promoter, and you went bankrupt. You were a World Training Bodybuilding Federation, and you went bankrupt. You had a World Football League, and you went bankrupt. So the truth is it, the only thing you've ever done well is the business that your daddy gave you. Isn't that right, Junior? You know why? Because I had the balls to do it. And I had the balls to stick up even for you and get out there and try to make it work. As bad as it was, we don't need writers. We don't need you. We really don't. All you do is screw things up.
Are you done? I heard a lot about Vince McMahon there and this history lesson. I couldn't care less about any of that. I came here for an apology. Are you going to be a man and apologize, or are you not? I'm going to ask you nicely one more time to be a man, say you're sorry, and we're done. Do not listen to them. Roddy, you're your own man.
Yeah. I have no problem. I have no problem. I have no problems. If I was wrong at something, I got no problem. I've been fired like 5 times.
All right.
I got no problem. And you think I should apologize to you? Yeah. Now I'm sorry. So,
now let's see how tough you are. These are my guys.
Another couple of writers?
These are my guys. They ain't writers.
They ain't writers.
They're butt kickers.
Hang on. No, you want to play ball? Let's play ball.
And the Hellcats out here, thank goodness for them.
I can't say I'm surprised that a Piper's Pit segment ended up in a little bit of blood spill almost. Can you?
You don't come out here and disrespect the WWE Hall of Famer, Roddy Piper, do you? No, that's not what we do, Steve. That's not what we do. You see, the Hellcats, we didn't come here to talk. We came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And we're all out of gum.
Whoa. Well, wait a minute. We're supposed to have a... a fatal four-way for the tag titles, but I don't think the Hellcats care. They want
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just been informed that MCW officials want us to proceed with the fatal four-way tag team title match right now.
Well, wait a minute. We only have two of the teams out
I
here.
don't think that's fair. Who's to say Black Wall Street's prepared for this? This wasn't in the lineup, Shawn.
Well, no, it wasn't. I mean, it was just supposed to be Piper's pit.
Well, leave it to Rowdy Roddy Piper to change the script and flip things on us.
Now the former MCW Tag Team Champions, Napalm and Solo.
And just when we think we got all the answers, what's the Hot Rod do?
He changes all the questions. One more team to come out here. And they are also former MCW Tag Team Champions.
One of the most popular teams in MCW history. You talk about fanfare, popularity. You look back since the Shamrock Cup is a night of history. You think about teams that really struck a chord with the MCW faithful as Roddy Piper making his exit.
And we thank the Hot Rod for being out here.
I love you too.